The medical scanner made a sound Dr. Xelthera had never heard in her 40 cycles of practice. A sharp crack followed by the distinctive whine of overtaxed gravitic compensators failing. She stared at the readout in disbelief as sparks cascaded from the primary analysis node. "Impossible," she muttered, her forearms dancing across the emergency shutdown controls. The human subject, designation Marcus Chen, according to his service records, lay unconscious on the scanner bed, apparently unharmed by the equipment failure around him. Chief Medical Officer Corvan's tentacles writhed in agitation as he slithered into the medbay. "What happened here, Doctor?" The Mark 7 medical scanner just broke. Zelthara's voice carried the bewilderment of a professional whose most reliable tool had betrayed her. "I was running a standard bone density analysis on the human. The machine couldn't process the readings." Corvan's eye stalks focused on the readout still flickering on the auxiliary display. "Bone density of 4.2 grams per cubic centimeter? That's higher than our ship's hull plating." "That's what I thought too, but look at this." Zelthera pulled up the preliminary scans taken before the equipment failure. "His skeleton isn't just dense, it's a completely different structural paradigm. These aren't bones as we understand them. They're more like organic composite armor." The human stirred on the medical bed and both doctors instinctively stepped back. Chen had been brought in after what should have been a fatal accident in the cargo bay, crushed between two shipping containers, each massing several tons. Any other species would have been reduced to paste. Chen had merely been knocked unconscious. Where am I?" Chen's voice was groggy but alert. He sat up on the examination table, seemingly unaware that the motion should have been impossible with his supposed injuries. "You're in the medical bay of the GSV Harmony," Corvan explained carefully. "You were injured in an accident. We've been trying to assess your condition, but—" He gestured helplessly at the smoking scanner. Chen rotated his shoulders experimentally and winced slightly. "Yeah, those containers packed a punch. Sorry about your equipment. Happens sometimes with human medical scans." "Sometimes?" Zelthera's voice pitched higher. "You mean this is normal?" "Oh, the scanner thing? Yeah, most alien medical tech isn't calibrated for human physiology." Chen swung his legs off the table and stood, apparently none the worse for wear. "Our bones are about 3 times denser than what most species consider standard. Something about evolving on a heavy gravity death world." Corvan's tentacles went pale. "Death world?" "Earth. 1.03 standard gravities, active tectonic system, magnetic field fluctuations, seasonal climate variations, predator-heavy biosphere." Chen rattled off the specifications like he was reading from a technical manual. "Most of our evolutionary adaptations were about surviving environments that would kill other species." The two doctors exchanged glances that conveyed volumes about their growing unease. "The bone density is just the beginning," Chen continued, either oblivious to their discomfort or choosing to ignore it. "Human muscle fibers are about 40% more efficient than galactic standard. Our cardiovascular system is redundantly designed. We can lose significant blood volume and keep fighting. Our nervous system processes pain as information rather than incapacitation." "Fighting?" Corvan's voice was barely a whisper. "Well, yeah, humans are persistence hunters. We're designed to chase prey until it drops from exhaustion, then kill it with tools." Chen paused, noticing their expressions. "But we're peaceful now." "Mostly." Zelthara pulled up the cultural files on humans, scanning rapidly. "According to this, your species achieved spaceflight while still actively engaged in global warfare. The Second World War was a learning experience," Chen admitted. 60 million casualties taught us that we're really, really good at killing each other. That's why we developed the peace protocols before joining the galactic community." "Peace protocols?" "Psychological conditioning and neural dampening technology. Reduces aggressive impulses by about 70%. It's mandatory for all humans in space." Chen tapped a small device behind his ear that neither doctor had noticed before. "Without it, we'd probably accidentally conquer the galaxy in a fit of territorial expansion." The implications hit both doctors simultaneously. Korvan's tentacles curled into defensive spirals, while Zelthara's arms crossed protectively over her chest. "You're saying," Korvan managed, "that humans are naturally, what would you call it?" "Built for war," Chen said matter-of-factly. "Bone structure like armor plating, redundant organ systems, persistence-based metabolism, tool use intelligence focused on problem-solving and tactical thinking. Oh, and we can survive in environments that would liquefy most other species." He gestured to the broken scanner. "Your equipment couldn't process my bone density because it's literally off the charts for what you consider biologically possible. That's with the peace protocols active. Baseline humans are even more robust." "Even more?" Zelthara's voice cracked. "Military conditioning can push human physical capabilities about 30% beyond civilian norms. Reaction times, strength, damage resistance, all significantly enhanced. But don't worry," Chen added quickly, seeing their alarm. "The protocols prevent us from accessing those enhancements except in genuine life-or-death situations." Korvan was frantically accessing his terminal. "According to these files, humans have been in the galactic community for 20 years. How did we not know this?" "We thought it was obvious," Chen said with a shrug that looked disturbingly casual given the conversation. "We assumed everyone knew that Earth was classified as a Class II, the Death World. We figured you let us join because you needed soldiers for something. We let you join because your diplomatic applications emphasized peace, cultural exchange, and scientific collaboration." "Well, yeah, that's what the peace protocols are for." Chen smiled, and both doctors were struck by how predatory the expression looked. "Humans want to explore, learn, and make friends. We're naturally curious and social. It's just that we're also naturally equipped to eliminate any threat to our pack with extreme efficiency." The medical bay fell silent except for the continued sparking of the overloaded scanner. Finally, Korvan spoke. "I think I need to make some calls to Galactic Command." Chen nodded agreeably. "Probably a good idea. And Doc?" He addressed Zelthara. "You might want to requisite a Class 15 scanner for future human medical needs. The Mark 7 series just isn't built to handle our specifications." As he walked out of the medical bay, whistling an oddly cheerful human tune, both doctors stared after him in a mixture of fascination and terror. In the distance, the ship's emergency klaxons began to sound, not for any immediate danger, but because the ship's AI had just finished processing the implications of the conversation it had overhead. Humanity, it seemed, had been hiding in plain sight all along.